What do y'all see some great Halloween costumes over the weekend?
Kind of. I had to go to Home Depot this morning, and what's funny is it didn't even register. So the woman helping me is just full on in like a, I don't know, like a cowgirl.
I love
costume.
that you get married and just like Monday, Home Depot.
Yeah, I know.
This is right?
I'm not married.
Yeah.
We are engaged.
I've never set foot in this.
Yeah, which the whole house project, that's going to come back up in the triggered segment. So don't touch that dial. But no, I went to Home Depot, and I don't know why. I guess I just don't go to Home Depot that much. But it's just in like a, I don't know, Annie Oakley type costume. And it didn't even like alarm me that it was Halloween. It wasn't like, oh yeah, it's Halloween. It was like, this is just the employee helping me. And then like 10 minutes later, then someone else is in like a witch costume. And I was like, you know what? I bet she doesn't wear a leather skirt to work every day. This is Halloween. So then it became kind of funny. However, the man who ended up having to help, which by the way, some people, they're like, I don't need help, Home Depot. Me, I'm gathering everyone.
Help!
Can everyone please help me and make this go as fast as possible? There was a guy with an eye patch, no other costume, working in the lumber department with an eye patch. Was it a costume or not? I wanted to be like, oh, you pirate?
Yeah. Got the peg leg and all. It's like I just installed it for real, you jerk.
This is a 2x4. I work in aisle 20.
Did 2 tours.
That was interesting.
That is a tough. I feel like at today and age, it's tough. You see, like you walk. I went to my coffee shop recently. The woman has like purple hair and like, like tights all over her body. I'm like, what are we this year? She's like, what do you mean? What am I this year? Like,
oh, don't tell me, Munchkin from Wizard of Oz.
Is that it? Oh
no,
Addams Family. Yeah. I got my coffee this morning, and the guy working was a ghost. He had a big sheet on with just 3 holes.
Pointy
and
hat.
I was like, a ghost. Yeah. He was a ghost. It was pointy.
That seems
he was
really
turning away certain customers.
Making coffee with a big sheet.
It was hilarious. He was like, I'm kind of struggling, man, but
excuse me.
Committed to it.
Was this friend a wizard? The Grand?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. A lot of costumes. We didn't dress up.
No.
Did you? You get a Halloween?
I haven't done that in years and years.
But we could still tonight. There's still a possibility to paint my, belly as something.
It is Halloween when we're recording this, so anything goes. When you said purple hair, it reminded me, the day I proposed to Rachel was Crazy Hair Day at the school she was teaching at. So I was a little nervous.
Crazy Hair Day.
I was like, how much spirit does this girl have? She's going to show up to the proposal. Like, look, it's bright green. Like, okay, you got that school spirit, don't you?
Good thing you can Photoshop and stuff. You could have just, taken that right out.
Do your editing.
Green's an easy color to get out.
Yeah.
That's why there's a green screen. Yeah, she dropped that on me about Thursday at 9 p.m. She's like, I forgot to tell you, tomorrow on Spirit Day is Crazy Hair Day. I was like, oh, well, pigtails are pretty crazy. You probably don't want to do anything crazier than that.
Yeah, pigtails.
You don't want to have too much school spirit. I see someone with pigtails.
You could crimp it. Remember when that was cool? Whoa.
What if you curled it? That would have the most school spirit.
Crazy Hair Day. What were all the dress up days this week? Did you hear these? Because I'm thinking back to my days. I mean, when I was in high school, we had Gender Bender Day.
What?
Where everyone flipped genders.
Gender Bender.
Uh-huh.
They probably don't do that anymore.
They actually, my senior year, they're like, we're not going to do Gender Bender. I remember people being like, this is ridiculous. We can't cross-dress for fun.
Yeah. People fighting for it.
Yeah. I love how it's probably like the strongest men. Like, you're going to let my boy dress like a woman. I'm going to do all this woke stuff. Cameron will look like a woman every Wednesday of Spirit Week.
That is perfectly ironic, is it not?
Right.
Just like as long as it's under the banner of Spirit Week, then it becomes very liberal to dress how you would normally dress. You have to be a man.
It's all very
But if you want to
confusing.
compete as a woman, then that's where you draw. No,
Right.
way.
Hold on. Is it Gender Bender Week and swim competition? Otherwise, like, this is confusing.
Yeah, that is.
I'm proud to say there were some dudes who get way into it, I mean, put on a full dress and like drag.
Dude.
I don't think I participated in Gender Bender.
I only heard the tail end of the story. My dad was telling a story to like everyone this weekend, but when he was, I think it was some sort of Spirit Week thing. I think is how the story got started. When he was a freshman, that was a thing that like all the freshman boys on the football team would have to like wear like women's clothing one day or whatever. And so some of his friends told him his senior year, they're like, hey, it's a tradition on like your last day, senior year, all the guys show up in a dress again. And my dad was like, all right, great. And so he's found this dress from like a thrift store or something, and he's like putting it on. And luckily his mom was like, as on his way to school, was like, Steve, why don't you just bring the dress? And then you can put it on if the other boys are wearing a dress. And my dad's like, no. They all told me to wear the dress.
I got it tailored. It's beautiful.
And so he said, luckily, his mom did convince him to bring the dress, and yet not a single other person was wearing it. He was like, I was fully ready. Like, yeah, you say dress, I say, how short.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Crazy hair day. That's allowed. I feel like that even could ruffle
It's
some
definitely
feathers.
been cut out of a lot of Spirit Weeks.
Crazy hair day.
Yeah.
Because what could you do that's offensive?
Why are you offended, Katie? Tell us.
I mean, because some people's like crazy hairstyles are people's like normal or culturally appropriate hairstyles, or so that it's kind of offensive to say this is crazy when it's just someone's normal.
Love the idea of all these kids just purposely trying to make everything just as offensive as possible. Like crazy hair day, I buzz swastikas into my head. They're like, whoa!
But you can't see. I'm going to cover it up with a yarmulke,
so you can't take it off.
Kind of a which side is he on thing.
This is just what I've
Katie
heard.
Katie showing up in her 5 o'clock shadow. It's confusing.
Crazy hair day.
confusing. It's funny that you said you didn't participate in gender bender when you do that for a living now.
You saved it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm trying to bring it back.
Yeah.
I email the local public schools every year.
You're like, I think you should take a look. Gender bender can be very lucrative
You're
if you film it.
If you film it.
inspiring a lot of boys
Telling
these
ya.
days in cardigans and scarves.
Well, I feel like it almost could come back, right? Because back then it's like clearly you shouldn't do this, and now it's kind of like, yeah, if boys want to wear a dress,
Dresses are for
go
anyone.
for it. So maybe it's coming back, kind of like wallpaper was out and back, and now it's back in.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where we're headed, and I'm proud to be at the forefront of that.
I remember it was something like each class had their own separate, I don't know, thing. And
Teacher.
my class was zoo animals,
Okay.
Ooh,
And-
were you giraffe?
obviously.
Really?
Obviously.
You knew your role.
Was this Spirit Day or is this just?
Just any all day. No, I'm just kidding. It was Spirit Week.
Okay.
How would you
And
dress like a giraffe?
I wore super tall high heels just to give it a little extra oomph. So I was a good 6'4". And I had a yellow shirt that I put spots on and had the ears, and
How adorable.
I was a pretty convincing giraffe.
By the way, any girls do this? I don't know if Derek, now Jake, Katie's got her own closet that I've rarely even looked into. And I walked in the other day and I was talking to her and I happened to peer up and she's got 8 pairs of like 6-inch high heel of like the same color. I'm like, are you doing something with those when I'm like out of town or something? Like, why do we have those?
It's from the life before.
Yeah. She's like, I don't know. I don't want to get rid of
She's
them.
like,
Like,
this is
get rid
different
of these.
time.
Giraffe when I was in 9th grade. Giraffe when I was in 10th grade. My feet were still growing. Giraffe when I was in 12th grade.
I know some of these girls. I feel like I do a decent job. I got to clean out the closet. The ladies, she can't get rid of. She has 83 pairs of jeans.
No, I don't.
Unbelievable.
No, I don't.
It really is.
No, I don't. But
So what could crazy hair be that's not?
Is it more like cultural appropriation would be maybe like cornrows or
Yeah.
afro? I mean, afro is hard to just
Right.
pull off all of a sudden.
I don't really know the details. This is just, I've heard. through
That's
the
fair.
grapevine.
Yeah.
Or
They
just like
do
it's
like
just
turban
rude.
or something.
Like they're just like I'm gonna cut my hair into bangs. Wouldn't that be crazy? And then your teacher just shows up wearing that.
Yeah. Like, okay, that's offensive. How? Yeah. What do the boys do? I guess they just do a
I feel like you put
silly mohawk. Or,
fake colors in it or something. I don't know.
Do you know what are other spirit days happening? Did you catch that?
I'm trying to think what else she said. I know one day was like school spirit day.
Great.
Got to do that. That probably should have been on the Friday of the football game.
Mm-hmm.
That's their bad.
Did they do pajama day?
Oh,
Because that's my
a
least
classic,
favorite.
But
Like,
that is lame.
weird.
Well, now the style is we basically all wearing pajamas all the time,
Yeah, especially high schoolers.
Like
I
there's-
feel like they just
right?
wear sweats.
or like jeans now, or like PJs. Get these they look like jeans, but they're made of spandex and cotton.
Yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah, those are.
Kind of like what I'm wearing now. It's got the elastic on the sides.
It is.
Yeah.
The pregnant clothes are pretty funny.
Pajama day every day when
Mm-hmm.
you're pregnant.
Yep.
That's nice. I don't remember what else they had. Yeah, I should have paid more attention. I'm sorry.